Liverpool's biggest problem is so obvious. It's never been more apparent, right? In the Bournemouth game, first week of the season, it was staring at us in the face. We conceded 2 goals, in fact, from this problem against Crystal Palace in the community. I keep calling it the Carabao Cup, in the Community Shield. It was staring at us in the face. It was so apparent. And do you know what it is? It's being so prone to counter-attacks. It's not having enough players back. It's having too much space at the back. It's going forward with your fullbacks too much, too cavalier, too gung-ho. And in my opinion, there is one thing Liverpool can do right now, implement it right now to change this. And I'm no tactician, right? I'm just saying what I'm seeing. I'm just calling out there's too much space in there. Let's put a plug in there, right? This bath's leaking. Let's put a plug in, right? There are 2 things. And speaking of plugs, subscribe if you knew. That was a good one. Come on, that was a good plug right there. So against Bournemouth, we played this 2. I mean, it wasn't a 2. It was a 3, right? I've spoken about this a lot on the channel. You've got a back 3. Kirkes tucks in to make your back 3. Frimpong gets forward. You've got a 3-2-4-1. Ekatike was in there in the channels. Wirtz was doing his best work for me in that game, which wasn't much to be fair, but he was doing it off the left half space. McAllister and Szoboszlai were in your midfield. There's not enough in there for me, and that's the issue, to be honest with you. But in, obviously, your final stage of play, your final progression, I guess, Kirkes wants to affect the game high up the pitch, and we'll talk about that. Kirkes has not signed for Liverpool. We have not signed him from Bournemouth to sit in a back 3 and defend and tuck in there. And that's the problem. People are saying, well, we're conceding too many goals. Just keep Kirkes back. No, hold on. That's not... I get he's very good 1v1. I mean, in this game he wasn't. He was going to ground so easy. He was committed. He was rash. I get it's his first game at Anfield. He's probably, rabbit in headlights, like trying to make a good impression, trying to be aggressive, but it wasn't working. He needs to calm down, I think, in my opinion. I don't want him there. Yeah, he's another body back. Yeah, if we lose the ball here like we did for the second goal, you're going to have another man back, but you're also going to affect the game less so in that final third. And Kirkes has done some great work over here. I want him forward. I want both the fullbacks impacting the game equally. So that you must be thinking, well, George, how do you do that? Who do you bring back? Now, there's 2 caveats here to Liverpool being bad. And yes, we were bad in that Bournemouth game. We weren't great. We won the game. Ultimately, it don't matter. We were not very good. One was, these are new players. It's the first game of the season. These new players will take time to gel. Granted, I don't care where they've come from. I don't care that he's come from England. I don't care that Wirtz has come in with his mate Frimpong from the same team. That transition should be all right. I don't care. Any 5 players in any team coming in at the same time, it's going to take them a while to hit the ground running, and I'm sure these players will. I have no doubt. But even if they do, when they do, when these players get up to scratch, they will not be able to rise that significantly from that Bournemouth performance. There's only so far you can get. And you're still going to have these spaces appearing, even if these players are all playing 8, 9, 10 out of 10 games. You're still going to get these spaces appearing. So what's the solution? And the second caveat was Gravenberch ain't playing. He won't play in this game. It was so obvious we needed him, right? So he comes into my team in this fixed system I've got. So if Gravenberch comes in for Szoboszlai, McAllister stays because he's the best midfielder in the team, in my opinion. So much goes through him. Szoboszlai drops out. Granted, his work rate has been great and fantastic in pre-season. He's played a really big role filling in these areas at times. He's a great option off the bench, of course, and he can be rotated. But this offers the most balance. What Gravenberch offers is obviously defensive capabilities, more so than Szoboszlai. Maybe less leg work and less running power, but he knows where to be. He's going to be the man who's holding back. He's going to be the anchor. When it all falls down, all breaks down, Gravenberch is going to be there, like a prime Fabinho, ideally. That's where we want him, right? He can also drive into up the stages of play. He can also break the lines of the pass. Maybe not as much as McAllister, but he's so good on the ball, and he's so good moving the ball up the thirds. I think it's useful having him in there over Szoboszlai. Granted, he offers good things. Where do you play him, though? Do you play him in a 2 there? Do you continue playing a 3-2-4-1? For me, no. I don't think you do. I entirely don't think you do. I think you utilise him, and you utilise where he played last year, and you make the best of that. Granted, all pre-season, and I keep banging this drum, by the way, on my live stream. I do live streams, by the way, if you want to see them, turn your notification bell on. I keep banging on about this. Liverpool have done this all pre-season. The 3-2-4-1. Why would we change it now? I'll tell you why, because it ain't particularly working. I know it's the first week, but even against Palace, we weren't great. Even in pre-season, we weren't amazing. We were not blowing teams away in pre-season the way we'd all liked. So I think you change it. And I think there will be a stage, and I'm going to predict it's game week 3. I think against Newcastle, we'll do the same thing here. I don't think we can go into Arsenal doing this. I barely think we can go into Newcastle doing this. I know it's early. I get it's early. But there's so much space at the back there. You have to if you want to bring Kirkes in the team, which we did, utilise his best asset. What's his best asset? It's getting forward. It's impacting the game. I looked at left-backs' average positions last year, and when Gvardiol was playing left-back for City at the start, he was the only player who averaged higher positions, higher touches on the pitch than Kirkes as a left-back in the league. He was the second highest up left-back on the pitch, right? Get him up there. Get Frimpong up there. Van Dijk, Konate at the back. Gakpo in there. You know something as well? Gakpo might not even play. I'll take Gakpo out for now. Gravenberch has to be in there. And Szoboszlai comes in. Do you see what I'm doing? Here? That team is more than good enough. It's better, in my opinion, to win games. And I'm a big fan of Gakpo. I think he's had a really strong start, by the way. I thought against Palace he had a good game. I did a video literally dedicated to that. I thought he had a great game. And he will be the scapegoat this year, unfortunately. With no Nunes, no Diaz, you're going to pounce on this attacking player. Because no one's going to hammer Salah, no one's going to hammer the two new signings, so it will be Gakpo, and I'm glad he scored against Bournemouth for that reason. But I think for the best of the team here, in midfield we're very light, so you play three in there. Very similar to last season, it's a 4-4, it's a 4-3-3. Obviously, just be attacking fullbacks, right? Very similar to what Liverpool did with maybe a Fabinho in the team. You got Robertson, Trent, your centre-backs kind of split, your six holds. Like this is what I thought we'd do, by the way, right at the start of the season. Until Slot changed it in pre-season. And we are starting to do this. Have you noticed? When Jones played in there against Crystal Palace, he was dropping into the back two. Jones at times against Bilbao as well. He was dropping into that defence. And I thought it worked okay. But he obviously isn't the ideal guy to do that. Palace saw Gravenberch not playing. Also, Gravenberch didn't play against Bournemouth. Gravenberch is way better in there than Jones. Get him in there. McAllister, Szoboszlai, 8. Perfect. This is a title-winning 5-6 Tricality. It's a title-winning core. I get the peripheries of your team are changing. 1, 2, I guess 3. But your core's staying the same. That core won the league. I don't care how bad you think the league was last year. I don't care how much you think Man City underachieved and Arsenal didn't compete. They won the league, them lot. Keep them the same. I just think it packs out midfield. I think Szoboszlai does so much work off the ball. If Frimpong is getting forward and we lose the ball here, that Diag's coming in. Szoboszlai's going to be in there. Szoboszlai can get across. He does his best work for me on the right-hand side of the pitch. He could be all over the place. He can also impact the game with a goal. He can get forward. You could do something like this. The problem is for me, right? You need someone back when we're attacking, and you can't have two men back. With this, it means you've got 3. Gravenberch just sits, and people always misinterpret this as like, well, Gravenberch playing the back 3. What? He's not a defender. No, it's not that. On paper, yeah, it looks like that, but on the pitch, obviously, he's a midfield player who is just more conservative, who will just sit deeper at times. A lot of Premier League teams do it, like most do that, right? Or they'll play with the back 3, like a 3-2. But a lot of the time it'll be like, yeah, it'll be a 3-2. But look at Man United where the middle centre-back will go forward, or whether it be De Ligt or whoever, he'll move into midfield. There's no different to this, really. I mean, I'm not comparing Liverpool and saying we should copy Man United, right? I'm just saying a lot of Premier League teams, most, play with a 3 at the back, which ends up being a 2. We're literally doing it right now, where Kirk is getting forward. They are your 2. Teams are so attacking now. And obviously, if teams are realising, well, Bournemouth got 2 goals there on the break, Palace scored on the break, oh, how are we going to attack against Liverpool? Oh, yeah, we're going to go on the break. They're not going to hit us like passing, keeping the ball. They're going to utilise they're going to go up against our weakest asset, which is counter-attack. We're so prone to it. Put an extra man back there. Bulk your midfield up. Get 2 players in there who have both won the league before with each other. You've got a great option there of Jones who could rotate in. And players an 8. Jones is a number 8, mate. He's not a number 6. I don't want to see him there. Slot even said it himself. Get Jones in number 8. It allows you to do that. You could also bring Wirtz into there, by the way. I'm not at all annoyed by that. Because I think if Gakpo wanted to play, and of course we have to rotate, we will be rotating this year. If you do that and Wirtz is in there, God, who's annoyed? I'm not annoyed. Are you annoyed? Really? That is an amazing midfield 3. Wow, what an amazing midfield 3. And again, Kirkus probably won't be as attacking as Frimpong. I want to see him in his best position there. Kirkus probably best positions maybe here where he can go back and forward. So you've got a bit of solidity off the wing, helping out Wirtz. Obviously, he's not as defensively good as McAllister. He still had the most pressures won, I believe, in the Bundesliga last season in the final third. This guy can run and he can work, and same with Szoboszlai. Having these 2 behind whoever's in your front 5, I think it's a really nice team. Ekatika dropping back as well, being that kind of bounce board which was seen against certainly Bournemouth. I thought he had a great game, and also Palace. He was decent in both, but certainly Bournemouth. I think it's a really good side. Get Salah close to the goal. I don't think you changed this so much. I think going forward we've been all right. I do think we've been quite good. Certainly against Bournemouth, we got chances. But yeah, them balls that Kirkers can put in there, really great cross of the ball. It's kind of why you bought him, in my opinion. Not bought him to play there. And Gravenberch is a better 6 than 8. So, in my opinion, I mean, listen, right, if we're playing what we've done before, which was this, 2 Kirkers in your back 3, midfield 2, Gakpo's wide left. That's what we've played against both Palace and Bournemouth. Where's Gravenberch coming in? He's coming in there with McAllister. First, you drop in Szoboszlai, which is interesting. But secondly, when you got something like this, which is what we're doing in our final phase, Gravenberch, yeah, he could sit, but it don't feel the same. It don't feel like he's playing as a number 6. It feels like he's more a number 8 there because where Kirkers is. If Kirkers is getting forward, he has to sit. But because Kirkers isn't, he wants to get into this midfield here. And at times interchange with Gakpo. There are times where Kirkers goes forward and Gakpo sits, which I like. The same with Salah and Frimpong. They both interchange. I just want Gravenberch as more of a sitter as opposed to affecting the game up the pitch. He's not... Yeah, he's good at that. Yeah, he scored goals for Liverpool before and he set them up as well, but it's not his best position. In this formation I'm suggesting here, which of course we probably won't even do, but you're getting every player in their best position, in my opinion. You're getting a title-winning midfield in there who can run, who's got the intelligence, who's got everything. That's a great balance there. A really interesting addition to the team with Frimpong. I think Trent last year, we played a similar thing with Trent in here last year, but Robertson tucked in. It didn't really work. Yeah, we conceded less goals and probably conceded this year, but that's just so exciting. You've got to get Frimpong in there. And also if Bradley comes in, it's no different. Bradley can still play there. In my opinion, guys, we have to think about this and getting an extra midfield player in there and playing a 3 who drops in to make a back 3. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm really interested. There's a lot of ideas going on here. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, by the way. Tune into the live streams. They're pretty regular now, so turn notifications on and subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Nice one.